Good morning, everybody. How is everyone? I'm 3 minutes early for the scheduled time that I set today. So, yeah, I have had no sleep. I am so tired. Why does this always happen when I decide to do a slightly earlier live stream that I have an eventful evening the night before? But, yeah. So, just sent an email to Circle on Live, so that's good. Apparently there are 8 of you here and 3 likes already. Thank you for joining. Oh, 4 likes. Yay, thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining me today. I've got itchy eyeball. It's not good. Ow. So I spent yesterday cutting out the 8177 and the 5951. I don't have enough of the Amaryllis cotton lawn by about 40 centimeters, which I'm so annoyed about, but never mind. Never mind. Nimway's here. She says, hello, everyone. Very cute cat shirt, Shana. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Actually, this fabric was a gift from Lamazzi Fabrics. I ordered some, this was ages ago. I ordered some fabrics from them and they sent a meter of this as well, which was very nice. It's been washed and worn lots, but the kitty cats do have glittery little t-shirts on, which is very cute. And it was my first attempt at the Gable t-shirt with short sleeves, and I really like it. So, yeah, I have my hot chocolate. I haven't had one of those for ages. That was really good. I'm out of the Black Forest Gatto hot chocolates. So I've just got the 70%, but it's very yummy. Mim's here. Good morning. How are you? Very well, thank you. How are you? So yes, I got 2 dresses cut out yesterday and the lining. I'm still waiting for the interfacing to be delivered, but Parcelful said they're going to. They rang me and asked for the address and I gave it to them and they said, sure. So fingers crossed that arrives soon and then I can get that one cut out. And I've got a decent amount of this fabric left. So for the girl that doesn't wear separates, I'm going to make a shirt out of what I've got left. Because... in fact, yes, I am going to make a shirt out of what I've got left because it's a really pretty print. I'm trying to show you without, yeah, like it's a very pretty, like kind of like abstract leafy print, and it's got flecks of tan in it. So I'm thinking it will look really good with the tan suiting that I've got. I've made a skirt and a waistcoat from this, and I've got enough here to make a jacket and a pair of trousers and another waistcoat because the waistcoat that I made is too big for me, but Mum has it. Kimberly says, good morning from Texas. I can't sleep. Oh, yeah, I didn't get any sleep last night either. I am so tired. So tired. Martina says, hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. So yeah, today Rose Does is here. Morning, Kimberly. Ditto from Seattle. Oh, good morning. Wow, it's the middle of the night for you. Yeah. So the plan for today is to cut out the 9345 shirt that I've made, and there is a video series all about how I did that. And I really like the 2. I like this. I've made 4. I was going to say I like the 2. I've made 4. And I really like them all, but I have given away the grey one because the colour just wasn't right for me. And it looked amazing with the dress that I made, but the grey just didn't look right for me. So I'm going to see if Mum likes that dress, but I have a feeling it might be a bit overwhelming on her frame because she's much shorter than I am. She's 4 inches shorter than I am. And it is quite a substantial dress, but it is too big for me now. My viscose dresses, I can get away with wearing them because I can belt them in, and because they're so floaty and drapey, it's, you know, it's not a bad thing that they're slightly oversized. But this one is needle cord, so it's a much stiffer fabric, and yeah, it's just a little stiff looking, and then big looking, and you can't really. I don't think I can make it look better without completely taking it apart and taking it in, and I don't know if I want to do that or not, because whilst I love the color of it, the old gold needle cord, I'm not sure it's the best color for me. I think I need the brighter colors. It's a warm color, but it's definitely an autumn and I'm a spring. And I watched back my 12s. Like, I keep all like the 12s that I do for all the things that I've made, and I sort of went through those and had a look at last year's and the year before, and there's a definite kind of like, when I feel like I look better, or when I'm like, oh, that looks really good, as to that looks nice. But yeah, and it's definitely color plays a big part of that. I think one of the reasons my 7974 trapeze dress was so successful is because I did it in a bright red feathery print viscose. And I love that fabric, to the point where I've regretted making that dress with it a couple of times. I've kind of thought, oh, I'd wear this more if it was an Eve dress, and I kind of wish I'd made an Eve dress out of it. But I think I wear that dress and love that dress. And I do love the shape of it, and it is a very nice dress to wear in the high heat because there's no like cinching at the waist. It's kind of an empire line with waist ties, so you can get some shaping in there. But I think one of the reasons that was so successful that I wear that so frequently is the print that I chose for it. So yeah, yeah. Nicholas says, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Caroline's here. Good morning, all. She says, love that fabric. Yeah, me too. So sad that I didn't buy more of it. It's called Electric Feathers, and it was from the textile center. And yeah, I wish I'd bought more of it. But never mind. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't make an Eve dress with it, because like I say, it means that I love that dress and I wear that dress frequently. And I do think it's the color and the print as well as the shape. But I think if I'd made that dress in something else that I didn't love as much, then it might not have been the same story. But yeah, like looking at my collection of fabrics back here, this is definitely more of an autumn palette than it is a spring palette. And it's not a bad thing. Like, I look good in autumn colors because they're warm colors. But I do look better in the brighter colors, I have been finding. Like, this is quite a subdued top for me today. Like, I had, because we're supposed to be going out to Northwood House for the last day of the proms this afternoon. But we had a little bit of family drama last night. So Dad and I have had no sleep. Mum's had no sleep. And I think Mum sent me an email just saying, you should go to the proms. Susan's made an amazing picnic and it'll be really fun, but Mum can't come. And part of the fun for that for me is spending the afternoon with Mum and Dad. And yeah, I mean, the food will be lovely, the company will be lovely, the event will be lovely. But I was already like, in kind of I want to stay home and curl up mode anyway. And then yeah, just dramas last night, so I've had 0 sleep. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. So I had grand plans to kind of get up and get dressed and make myself look pretty, and then come down and do this with you early so I could get more done, and then go out this afternoon because we had plans. But I just don't think that's going to happen. I'm too sleepy. So yeah, Jenny Pin says, morning peeps, sorry you don't have my full attention this morning. Football. Oh yeah, I forgot the football. I forgot about the football. Oh yeah, touch wood. Come on the Lionesses, you can do it. It's very exciting. Thank you very much for putting me on and waffling at you in the background. So Caroline says, I kept getting woken up by the monsters wanting to snuggle in the same spot. Oh, bless them. Yeah, they definitely is monsters, aren't they? Oh, I'm tired. I don't know how long today's stream's going to be. I was going to cancel it, but I was like, no, let's at least come down and say hi and sort of explain what was going on and stuff. So yeah, yeah. The comments on the Star Trek dress from you guys, Laurel, your comment. What did she say? She said, sorry, so sorry, Star Trek dress number 3, the Wrath of Shan. Didn't work. It was genius. I'm gonna have to make a video just so I can include all these Star Trek puns. Gonna probably kill me. I've come up with another idea. Jinapin says I'm also trying to get on top of the ironing. You are multitasking this morning. I've come up with another idea for a colour block dress. And I remember how divisive that colour block dress was last time. I wonder if I can get at it. I wonder if I remember where it is. Where are you, colour block dress? Did I keep you or did I dispose of you? Did I let you go? Huh. Okay. Are you not here anymore? I thought I kept you. Okay, well, I'm confused. I don't remember disposing of you. Just looking at it like it's going to jump out at me. Okay, I can't remember where it is. I thought I kept it. Genuinely confused. I thought I kept it because I wanted to butcher it for parts. But do you guys remember ages ago I made the Mimi G colour blocks dress that looks like the Tory Burch one that I was in love with, the turquoise, tan, black and cream. And that was divisive. One person said it was the, what word did you use? It began with a D. Wasn't disgusting, but it was definitely, maybe it wasn't disgusting, but yeah, somebody said it was the worst thing that they'd ever seen on me. They did not hold back. So yeah, I was just like, but suddenly it came to my mind last night. It was like, I could colour block some of these together and do it like that Tory Burch dress, Mimi G dress, and maybe get a colour block dress that I like out of the fabric that I've got without having to buy anything new. So, ooh, could do that. Because, yeah, I have invested a bunch of money into this stupid project, and I don't want to put. I did a Patreon waffle last night, and I was editing. Words are hard. I've had no sleep. Yeah, I was editing, and I was going to put it up last night because I promised you guys the Patreon peeps 2 waffles this week, and I will put it up this afternoon. But Mum was not very well last night, and we ended up having the ambulance come, and she's spent the evening in hospital. She's coming home now. She's fine. It wasn't as serious as the last time, but it was the same symptoms as the last time that it happened. So this time, Mum rang the ambulance a lot earlier. Well, rang 111, who got the ambulance for her a lot earlier, and then the ambulance arrived, and the ladies, Annika and Zoe, who are amazing, were just like, you should have just gone to A&E under your own steam 2.5 hours ago rather than waiting that long and then calling and waiting for us. So yeah, I was up getting all of Mum's stuff ready for like an overnight bag, and then sort of just sitting downstairs with her, and then waiting. Dad went with her in the car so that he could get home. And then, yeah, just had no sleep because worrying. Because last time this happened, mum was in hospital for a couple of weeks. But this time they managed to get a line in, which she was like, the minute they were like, "What painkillers do you want?" I was like, "Take the morphine. You regretted it last time," because last time she tried to put it off for as long as possible and then asked for it because she was in pain and then couldn't get it because her blood pressure had dropped so low that they wouldn't give it to her. So I said to her this time, her blood pressure is really high, which is unusual for her. Both mum and I have very low blood pressure. So yeah, they were taking the blood pressure and they're like, "Well, that's normal." It's like, "No, that's really high." um, so the lady was like, "I can give you this, or this, or this." And it's like, "Take the morphine. You regretted it last time. Just take it. You're in pain. You're classing your pain as a 9. Take it." And so they were like, "We'll try and get a line in," and they did, which is very unusual for a chemo survivor. Like, so got a line in, got the drugs in her. It was amazing. Like a very small amount, and it worked really really quickly. And obviously relaxed her, which is kind of its job. But yeah, I mean, I've had morphine once in my life. I said this to them last night. I was like, "Take," because the minute she gave the list, mum started humming and hawing again. I was like, "Take the morphine." And they looked at me and I was like, "I've had it once. Best night of my life." It was 20, what was it? 25 years ago, 26 years ago. And I still remember it to this day. So that, we were all laughing about that. But yeah, they were brilliant. They were very, very good with her. And yeah, she's coming home today, which is awesome because last time she was in hospital for just over a week, if not longer. So fun times, fun times. And then so there's 2 new people in the house, and the dog's just like, "Oh, this is so exciting." And then, yeah, having to cuddle the dog so that she would behave, and then having to go back to the cat, who was just like, "Why do you smell a dog?" And yeah, so just fun and games last night. Fox says, "Hello peeps, I'm back to the land of the living after 3 days with a migraine. Good luck to be back to sewing." Oh, you poor thing. Oh, you poor thing. Well, I'm glad you're back with us and feeling better. Nimue says, "The idea of colour block dress still entices you. Keep experimenting. Sometimes it just takes a small change to turn meh into yay. You just have to find." And hugs to your family. Hope the drama resolved itself. Yes. Yeah, Dad's gone to pick Mum up now, but she sent me an email. She's like, "Please go to the proms." I'm just like, "Mum, you're not the only one who's had no sleep. You're the one that's probably had the best reason for having no sleep. The rest of us just worrying." But yeah, so Jennifer says, "Fibre broadband connected this week. So happy so far. Have you checked the dog's bed? Was it that bad?" What was I saying? Oh, the dress. I don't know what I've done with it. I really don't know what I've done with it. Because I kept it because it had a nice zip in it, and I really wanted to revisit that dress. And I don't know where it's gone. I am very confused. Sorry, Buttons is texting. I don't know where it's gone, but no, it's not in the dog bed. I'm so tired. I'm gonna stop whining about how I'm so tired. William's here. Sorry your mum was unwell. Glad to hear she'll be home soon, and hugs that today may be a better day. Thank you. Teresa says, "Just tuned in. I gather your mum's in hospitals. Prayers for healing." Thank you. She's on her way home, and Dad's gone to collect her. Thankfully, she's not had to stay in. Either they caught it early this time because she didn't wait 5 hours before getting help like she did last time, or it wasn't as severe as it was last time. But yeah, she's on her way home, so yeah, which is good. Nimue says, "Wishing Jane a swift recovery." Thank you. Jane says, "Best wishes for Mum and you, all wrangling, drawing out a birder pattern. Looking forward to to how no longer how low longer being a football widow. No longer being a football widow. Yes. Yeah. I am so tired. Gin and Pin says England just hit the bar. Oh, oh, exciting. We're getting commentary as well. I like it. Christine says, get well soon to the QQ. Thank you. Thank you. I will pass on all your love to Mum as well when she comes home. She's messaged and just said she's going to be spending the entire day sleeping because she's had no sleep all night. So bless her. Hospitals are never fun. I remember the last time I was in there, I was in there for 3 or 4 days because Chiana scratched me to the point, or bitten me, either scratched or bitten me to the point where I couldn't move my hand. And they'd put me on a ward for the evening to sleep. And it was full of people who were not sleeping and were tripping off of their tiny little minds on their drugs and screaming and shouting and trying to get out of their beds. And that was the only space that they had for me. And they were like, we're really sorry about this. So they came and got my bed and wheeled me into a private room, and they were like, try and sleep in here. And I was like, thank you so much. And then a couple of hours later, I got wheeled from that one into a ward that had been closed, but there were 2 of us in the ward. There was another girl there, and thankfully she was not tripping on the meds that she was on, so she was very chilled and peaceful. But yeah, that was so mum said the last time she was on the same type of ward where it was just like people tripping off their tiny little minds, and it's just like, whoa, drugs are amazing. So yeah. Nessie says, morning, I've been a long time lurker, but I'm in California, so I normally miss the lives. So sorry that your mum is unwell. Glad to hear that she is on her way home. Thank you very much, and good morning. And yes, California, good grief, it is very early there. Very early indeed. Oh, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to actually get anything done today. I feel very, very lethargic. I think what I was starting to say earlier is I'm going to do a 9345 shirt in this fabric, but I'm also going to do it in the Amaryllis print because I hope that the 1.5 meters is going to be enough to do that, because I pressed it all yesterday. It's looking very lovely. So I was thinking I could do if I've got enough fabric, I can do the shirt in that fabric because, oh, I've lost an eyelash. It's made a bid for freedom. Just, okay. Yeah, because I have a dress and a shirt in that fabric already. The very lovely Alex gave me a birthday voucher for Sherwood, so I bought myself 5 meters of the Amaryllis, and because they'd brought it back into stock. That's another one that they should totally do on viscose, and if they do it on viscose, I'm buying all of it. It's such a pretty print. I've got it right here. Let's show you what I mean. So it's all the bright colours, so it works really well for me. And I really like it. It is probably on slightly too white a background for it, but it's one of those ones where it's just like, I'm gonna wear it anyway. So I've got an 8577 and the little tie front Gertie shirt that I can get out of the remnants of the 8577 when I'm cutting that out. And I'd bought this because from the Knitting and Stitching show ages ago, Fabric Godmother had it as a remnant. It's 1.5 meters. So I bought that, and then, like I say, Alex and Hitch Hubby gave me a gift voucher for my birthday, and they got it back in stock, so I bought 5 meters of it. So this remnant's kind of just been sitting in the sort of like shorter lengths pile, which is up there. And I was like, oh, I don't know what to make with it. And then I was like, yeah, 5951, I can fit that on. And I'm 40 centimeters too short of that. But I mean, honestly, I was doing that dress because I wanted to test the theory that I would like the dress in a cotton lawn. I'm sure I will. I've done it. I've cut it out of this double gauze. I'm all over the place today, aren't I? Sorry. Yeah, I cut the 5951 out of this double gauze that I got from Sems Fabrics. I've never worked with a double gauze before. This one's not bubbly or like a regular double gauze at all, or that's the Higgs and Higgs double gauze there, and it's a really kind of like cheeseclothy looking one. So I tried to do the 5951 out of this, didn't have enough. This was one of the ones that I bought from Sems Fabrics because I loved the print. This pink is actually on my colour wheel, and I bought that and a viscose, which probably I ought to give to Mum, in all honesty, because it's definitely autumn colours rather than spring, but I'm not sure because it's so pretty. I bought a rayon and then the double gauze because I had to have this print, and I only had 2 meters of it, but that was perfect amount for the 5951. So I've got the 5951 cut out of this, which, whilst it's not cotton lawn, it's similar, so I'm going to see if I like it before I cut into the fabric that Debbie got me, which you can't, yes you can, that fabric there, the Verdant Oasis. But I was thinking I really want to try the 9345 bishop sleeve shirt in a cotton lawn. I haven't, because that was what I was going to do with the pansy print, which I do think I've got enough of for the dress. So I don't think it's going to actually end up happening. But I was thinking like a big bishopy sleeve shirt in cotton lawn. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that, because usually I go for a viscose because it's so fluid and floaty that the sleeves, whilst dramatic, aren't like poofy. And I have a feeling that it's going to be very poofy sleeves with this. But I'm willing to test it on this fabric because, as I say, I have a dress and a shirt that I love already in this fabric. And I've only got 1.5 meters. And I don't wear pattern skirts, as I have discovered. So a pattern shirt seems like the only thing to do with this. I mean, I probably could make a shift dress, but I don't wear shift dresses. So, you know, and like I say, I have the dress of my dreams from it already. I have a crop shirt that works really well for me. So let's experiment with what was slightly less expensive fabric. I think I paid £15 for the 1.5 meters with this one. So yeah, let's experiment with that. And then because I had 5 meters of this fabric, this palmy print fabric, yeah, words are hard. I've decided, and it's all it's all ironed flat. It's all flat. It's all ironed. I'm gonna cut out the same shirt in that fabric as well, because I think it's also going to go really well with that green denim that I've got there, that I'm still trying to debate whether I turn that into jeans or a skirt. I think I'll wear the skirt more. If I get the jeans right though, then I don't know if I'd wear the jeans. I think I will wear the skirt more. I think, as much as I love the idea of all these trousers and stuff, I think I am just a skirt and a dress girl. So yeah, but that's because I haven't got a pair of trousers that fits me really well yet. My Lucille trousers, that's the other thing that I would like to get to today, is cutting out the calico for the Lucille trousers, the dandy waistcoat, and the 9782 dress, the bodice of that, because I want to check that before I cut that out. So once I've got, so the idea is once I've got these two cut out, I'm gonna roll off about 3 meters of calico from the roll, iron that, and then cut out those 3 things as well. So we shall see how that goes. We shall see. Christine says, get well soon to the QQ. Thank you. Natalie says, hugs to your mum. Thank you. I've read those ones, haven't I? Nessie's here. Nimoy says, doing anything on little to no sleep is exercise and futility. Grant yourself a slow day. It's needed. Yes. Yes. Nessie says, yes, 3 a.m., but apparently sleep is not happening. Sigh. Oh, I'm so sorry. You get to listen to me whine. Thank you for joining us, though. And yes, you're very welcome. Natalie says, I haven't slept well all week. The new kitten keeps licking my eyelid when I lie down. He's such a weird little guy. Your little void is so cute, though. Oh, so cute. So cute. And yeah, I'm in one of those moods at the moment where I'm just like, I want to, at the moment, for the last couple of days, I was just like, I want to cut everything out. I don't want to do any sewing. Like I've still got to hem that dress. I've still got to sew on the appliques to this dress. What video have I got planned for Tuesday that I don't think I'm going to have time to film? What video did I have planned for Tuesday? Oh, I might have time to film this one. Which one? Okay, so you guys let me know. Which one would you prefer for Tuesday? Sorry, a how and why I trace my patterns, because I get asked that question all the time. So yeah, how and why I trace my patterns, or a more in-depth look at the linings that I use and the lining techniques that I use on my garments. What would you prefer? So, oh, Jojo's here. Morning all. Good morning. Sorry, I'm getting lots of text messages. Lots of text messages. Rose does says tracing first and then linings. Yeah. Yeah. Marta says linings seems more interesting to me. Nessie says I'd like linings when there's something I struggle with. Okay. Chris says good evening from Adelaide. Good evening. I want to do both videos because I get asked about both things all the time. And I keep thinking that maybe I should do something like I did yesterday, which was like kind of put the lining, some of the lining info in to that video, because I talked about the 3 types of lining I use most often. And then I'm just like, oh, but then people don't want to have to watch through all the other stuff. And then it's like, oh, but as you just said as well, like the lining videos seem more interesting than the how and why I trace my pattern videos. But I get asked that question so much. I mean, this is the thing. It's like every video I make is not going to appeal to everybody. I recognize that. I do understand that. Like, yeah. But Right, Ralph is here. Good morning. Hello. My so I went to the acupuncturist on Wednesday, and he gave me some ear seeds. And these little things, I've like had 4 showers since then. These little things are staying put. I don't know if they're working, in as much as like it's not exactly made a massive difference, but it's definitely interesting. So yeah. Let's see. Chris in Paris says good morning, afternoon. Good morning, I think still. Yeah. I'm going to say morning, and probably you afternoon if you're actually in Paris. And Nimue says, I vote for whichever is less work for you right now. Both subjects are interesting to me. See, I don't think either of those videos is going to be like hugely labor intensive, but thinking about it, both of them are going to be. So what other videos have I got that what other videos have I got that I can what other videos ideas have I got that I could like I've just done 2 really easy ones. See, Friday's video is meant to be the review and reveal of these, so I really do need to sew the appliques onto that one to finish that dress. Actually, you know what? You know what would be really easy to do, if you guys don't mind? One of my wardrobe clear out videos would be a really easy one to film. and I need to do it, because the longer I procrastinate on it, the kind of like I'm going to miss the summer window of going through those kind of clothes. They are long to film, but they're kind of brainless, because I just have to put on and off the clothes. Yeah. Sarah's saying she would like to have a video of how you fold and store your traced patterns. Do you mean my tracings of them? Because that is something else that I want to do, is how I store my patterns. But this is literally it. I get these Elba file folders from Amazon, and I buy them in packs of 50. I usually pay, the cheapest I've ever paid was for the lime green ones, which I actually so regret not buying like all the stock that they had in, which was £15 for 50, which I'd never seen it at that price before, and I thought they had to be like subpar, but they're actually nicer. It must have been a mistake on the listing or something. Oh, I forgot I wanted to make that dress. I need to make that dress. But yeah, these you buy them by the pack of 50, and they're expandable. As you see, this is this 8577, which is a really good. Why words so hard? I'm so tired. But yeah, this is a really good example, because this is such a giant pattern. These are expandable, and they're usually listed for between £50 to £70, but every now and again there will be a listing where you go through like all the colors. So go to the listing, have a look through all the colors, click on each color, and sometimes, like, so for example, cream, blue, orange, purple, and lime, they're all the ones that I've got. If you go through the colors, some of them will be cheaper, and I usually buy them when they're around 30 to £35. Like I say, the lime green I got for 15 quid. There were 2 sets available, and I didn't want to waste money if they were bad, so I only bought one, and then I went back to buy the other one when they'd arrived, and they were awesome, and they put them up to 75 quid, and it's like, oh, bugger. So yeah, and it's Elba file folders. And I write, this is kind of come off. So another trick, something that Mum doesn't do, she writes on hers in biro and pencil. But if you write on them in your friction pens, which even if you don't like using them on fabric, they are great to have in the sewing room. So if you write on it with your friction pen, it will fade in the sunlight if you leave them in sunlight. But if you decide that you don't like the file folder, you can then just erase that with either heat or the little rubber on the end of the pen. And then I also put on a little sticker. I get this off of the internet and print it out on sticker paper, which is not expensive, again from Amazon, and stick that on the front near the name tag so I can see what it is. And then all the pattern pieces are literally folded up on the inside. And then so I iron my pattern piece when I want to use it, and then fold it back up again, and then they get stored by, at the moment, I've got like little magazine folders, only because the Calico units are really deep, so they if you just have the file folders in there, they can get lost down the back. So you can pad that with stuff at the back if you want to, but the folder, the Calico units are actually really, really deep. You can see there. So if you've got a good memory, it's a really great place to put long-term storage stuff back there. But yeah, that's how I store all my patterns, and then the original pattern gets folded and put back into the original pattern storage system that I have over there. So yeah, I am going to do a video of how I store and organize my patterns. See, I'm thinking now that video probably ought to go onto the end of how I trace my patterns. But then it's ending up as a really long video that I'm like, maybe I do break it into bits. Yeah. But there you go, Sarah. That's a really quick kind of like look. And so what I was trying to say is the magazine folders at the moment, I've got like Vogue patterns in that one, Vogue patterns in that one, and then Butterick, and then McCall's, and then like button ups, and then knit patterns together and that kind of thing. I do want to get a label maker and label the fronts of these. And my goal is that I am trying to get down to, so I need to clean out another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to clean out like another 7 cubby holes of fabric, these ones back here, and then have my fabric stash in these ones. So I mean, I still have 2 bag making ones, a whole faux fur cubby hole. My collections are in 5 cubby holes at the moment. Then we've got the viscoses, the lining fabrics, knit projects that need to be done, shorter lengths of silks, the top ones, this year's current projects, and quilting cottons, and then the remainder of my viscose jersey pieces that I've got left, because I haven't got much stretch fabric left in my stash, purposefully, because I've tried to make most of it up. So yeah. I want to, like I said, I want to clear out 7 cubby holes, move everything over, have all the patterns there, because that way I could, because you can see like this section here, that's dresses. I need to get more magazine holders for them, although I did go and buy some magazine holders, some beautiful rose gold ones that I bought back, and I was so pleased with myself. I was like, oh, these are beautiful and they're lovely and I shiny and I like them, and got them home, and they didn't fit the bloody folders in. So they've got the one that I've got them up there and it's got my magazines in it. And I think, yeah, so Mum's got a whole bunch of my magazine folders for her file folders and stuff. So I want to buy more of them. I want to organize this more. Like, I would love them all to be the same print or color. I mean, one thing I can do is, and I have plenty of paper for it, I could wrap them myself. I wonder if I can get blanks, like plain craft colored cardboard ones that I could then put the like print on myself, kind of thing, because I would like it. I kind of like things to be cohesive. I do like all the different kind of boxes and stuff that I have storing things in, but yeah, it would be nice if they were all the same kind of print and things. So yeah, and then we've got, like, once that's all done, I want to get the thread thing organized, but I need to get more shells for that one. So I love organizing. I love organizing. That's what did anyone watch Rachel's video yesterday when she was sorting out her fabric stash? It was like, I want to come and help because I just want to organize it all. I love organizing. So yeah. I want to come and reorganize her room, because she'd never find anything though. I think Bronte did that for her one time when she was staying, that she organized her entire fabric stash and made it look all beautiful and neat. But the trouble was Rachel didn't know where anything was, because Rachel had, you know, it's the same as me. I have a system, so I pretty much know where all my fabrics are and what they are and why they're there. And then if somebody came in and organized this for me, it's like when we moved in here, I still go back and watch those vlogs every now and again when I was stocking this studio. I love those vlogs. But yeah, when we moved in here, Mum very kindly, because I'd gone away to London for a weekend, very kindly had folded all my fabric into the exact correct size for these Calico units, which was amazing, because it was a very long undertaking, and she just piled it in. And so I came down, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. But then like completely took everything out and rearranged it all. And yeah, we all know how much I love a good fabric fondle, so I will do that frequently. And that's why I enjoy these hangouts with you guys so much, because you totally encourage me to take a cubby hole out and kind of just stroke the pretties, and go through those. So yeah. Jojo says, kitten update. Harry loves tea, like really loves it. Ron is snoozy head who spends a huge amount of time asleep, much like me, both brilliantly settled and well into the wall of death zoomies 3 times a day. Nice. 80s Babe says to Jojo, hi Jojo, so pleased they're settling in well. They are totally adorable. They are indeed. Chris in Paris says, I've just finished the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel in Lisa Taylor Africa Attiface fabric. Not sure how I feel about it. It looks like it should grow my hair and go wait for Prince Charming at the top of a tower. Nice. Rotten Ralph says, it's a very safe place even from me spot. Yes. Yes, I don't know what I've done with that dress because I'm sure I kept it, but then I might have just gone through. Oh, I wonder if it's in one of those boxes with some of the blue boxes that I've got underneath the paper stash need to be cleared out again. I'd gotten into the habit of just tucking things away in there, and they're all kind of overflowing. One of them is my quilting stash, which again I would like another cubby hole free so I can bring my quilting stash back out because it really should be out in the light of day. Yeah, I'm so tired. What was I saying earlier? That's probably where the dress is. It's probably in one of those blue block. Donald Trump wants his blue blazer black. Friends quotes. I'm definitely too sleepy. Yeah, right there. Nessie says you could do the chapter thingies for the tracing video. Yes, although all the advice does say to not do chapters. Because one of the things that the algorithm looks for is retention on videos. So they want to make sure that somebody is enjoying the whole video. And if you do chapters, it's really easy for people to skip to the bit that they want to watch. And so the YouTube algorithm goes, well, they're only watching a small segment of this video. So I won't recommend any more of this person's videos to that person because they're not watching the entire video. So this is what makes me think that I ought to break it up into smaller chunks rather than like, and do like a series of it, like I do with my mini tutorials. Because the mini tutorials kind of were born from the first sew along I did, the 6696 shirt dress, which I filmed in the shop, which was incredibly noisy, and I filmed it on my iPhone. I was doing the best I could with what I had, and the frequent comment I get on that video is, we can't hear what you're saying. So I went back and did all of the like really kind of like tips and tricks bits, like the collar, the button plackets, French seaming of inseam pocket, how to burrito a yoke, finish, I did all of those as mini tutorials so that people could, rather than go to the long video and have to scrub through a bunch of stuff that they don't want to watch, they could go and look at the very small specific part. So I think if I do like a playlist for patterns, because I'm doing my pattern collection at the moment, which is as much for me as it is for content, because again, it's one of those nice things where it's nice to go through what you have, remind yourself, refresh yourself, perhaps reevaluate some of them, and kind of work out if you want to keep them, if you're going to make them, what your plans are for it, if you're excited about it. I mean, I have 2 giant Joann's bags down there with probably over 100 patterns in there that at some point I am going to list on my new website when I finally build that stupid thing. I've paid for a year of Squarespace in January, and it's August, and I've done 2 pages. I'm not good at this. I've got too many things in my head and I'm not doing any of them. So what was it saying? Yeah, I think what I will do is the pattern videos, I'm putting them into the pattern collection 2023 playlist, and then I'll do the how and why I trace my patterns and do that as a separate video. How I store my traced patterns, do that as a separate video. How I store my paper patterns and do that as a separate video. How I store my PDF patterns and keep track of which ones I've had printed, because I've had one pattern printed twice because I'd forgotten I'd already done it, which was stupid. So, and then put those into a playlist so that, because I had somebody ask the other day, how do I do this thing? And it was like, have you checked out the mini tutorial series? Because it's in there. There's 20 videos in there now, I think. So it's all like the little sort of like how to do these one particular thing video. And I think that would be a better idea than chaptering it. I do love the idea of chaptering videos, and I do that with my sew-alongs. And again, with those, I'm kind of thinking maybe I ought to put the review separately, because a lot of people just want to watch the review and they don't want to watch the full sew-along. So because I used to do the sew-alongs in parts, because it just meant that I had lots of videos to upload because I was uploading daily. So that kind of made sense. But then now I put them into a one, giant long video. But I chapter that so that if you want to go to a specific step in the sewing process, you can skip ahead to that. That one still will be chaptered when the next sew-along comes out. I appreciate I've not done one for a very long time. Crisis of confidence. You gotta love when your brain does you dirty. But I had started putting, because I used to review the pattern at the end of the last part of the sew-along, but now I'm thinking I ought to do a review for the pattern and separate it out from the sew-along and release the review and then put the sew-along out the next day as it's like 1 hour long chaptered individual piece. But separate the two, because again, people are watching the review, the first 8, 9, 10 minutes of the video where I talk about how I enjoyed it, if I'd make it again, what I thought of the pattern, how it went together, that sort of thing, and then not wanting to watch the rest of the video. So the algorithm's like, oh, people are only watching 10 minutes of this video and then they're leaving, and there's 1 hour and 10 minutes of the video, so they obviously don't like this, so I won't recommend more of these videos to this person. At least that's my understanding of the algorithm. So yeah. Buttons is here. Good morning, Peeps. Morning. I hope you feel better. He's not feeling very well this weekend, which sucks. Rotten Mouse says morning to Buttons. Debbie says, hi, Jojo. 80s Babe is me. Sorry, I was signed in the wrong account. Oh, I did think I haven't seen that name before. Caroline says morning to Buttons. Nimoy says, I would probably film the pattern tracing and storage in one go and decide in editing if it'll end up being 1 or 2 videos based on how long it turn out. They do go together thematically. Yes, they do. I think I'm going to do what I said, though, and make a playlist and do each separate chapter of what would be one really long video as separate videos under the playlist. I might do a channel introduction as well, just sort of like talking through, like, I get asked these questions all the time. Here's where to find this thing. I think maybe that might be a good idea. Ross says to Nimue, that makes sense to me. Nessie says what Nimue said. Nimue says craft room organisation is the best organising, and I already want one of Rachel's destashed fabrics. Glances at stash overflow on the couch. I know that it's not by any chance the leafy polyester, is it? That creamy leafy polyester? Because I was just like, I saw the print and I was like, ooh, and then I was just like, no, stop it. I did have a polyester cubbyhole, and it's now a polyester sliver of fabrics. I've got the Rushland Heron one that Lady McElroy Rushland Heron, and I'm going to make a trouser top set out of that. I've had that in my mind for the longest time, and I've got the lining fabric for it now, so I really ought to do that at some point. I need a pair of trousers that fit me first, but the Lucille trousers, they're gonna be awesome. We'll think positive things. What's that? Rotten Ralph says it's a dragon hoard. It isn't it? Jojo says, you love organising. Get yourself to my sewing room. The whole craft room needs redoing. Everything, fabric, jewellery, yarn, cardstock, and art stuff and canvases. See, I threatened to make this a series before where people invite me into their home so I can reorganize their craft room. But the trouble is, it will be reorganized for me, and it makes sense for me. And then I bet like I'll leave and people will be like, I don't know where anything is. Yeah. Um, Sarah says, why make it a feature if it's not good for the algorithm? I know. I think what they did is they made it a feature. And they actually do automatically kind of chapter videos now as well. I've gone back to videos that I haven't chaptered, and the titles that they've given some of them are very good, like Dressmaker's Ball dress, but some of them are like dragon dress, and it's like that's not what I was talking about at all. Some of the chapters that they've come up with is very, very funny. So yeah. Nessie says, that's not smart algorithm. I know, right? And the algorithm, this is the trouble, the algorithm changes every bloody minute as well. So you're like totally like anything that you learn and you're like, oh, this is a great idea. So chapters, and then they're like, actually, no, this is the metric we really want to trace. But yeah, it's audience retention and interactivity that the audience have with the video, which is why there's the call to action to subscribe, to ring the notification bell, to like thumbs up the video, to leave a comment. Any interaction that you do on your favorite YouTubers' videos. That's why I ask you guys to like the stream, and then if possible, come back and just leave a comment on the stream, because that shows the algorithm that not only are you watching this, you're not passively having it on in the background, although there's 80 of us and there's a couple of us chatting, so there's definitely people who've passively got me warbling at them in the background. But it shows that you are interacting and engaged in the video that you're watching. So liking, thumbs up, like leaving comments, subscribing, all those calls to action that people do, it's because the algorithm likes that. So that's why people are like, that's why people post questions in their videos. That's why I post questions in my videos, because I want you guys to comment. And that's why I said, I've got a whole video of how to support your favorite YouTubers and creators, all through like joining their Patreon, buying their merch, to if you haven't got any money to support them that way financially, to liking the videos, to leaving comments, to sharing things. The sharing one's a little bit difficult, because if you share it somewhere that nobody then interacts with it, again, that's just like, oh well, YouTube's like, me, people not so much with this one. But if you share it to a group like the Peeps group, where everyone's going to jump on it and just be like, oh, that's really cool, because we all have the same interest, then that's a really good thing to do. So sharing, yes, but only sharing really where people are going to be interested in the thing that you're sharing. So yeah, that's why, like, even if you've got nothing to say on a video, if you've watched a video, leave a little emoji. I use the little blue heart. Vox has got the little cat in the box. Dad always puts his little sewing bee on videos, like, even just the emoji comments show that there is an interaction on that video, that you're an engaged watcher. And that's another reason that I've kind of taken out my intros and outros, because it's proven that those kind of things don't immediately engage the watcher. So like some of my my intros now are usually like either a fumble or a question, and it's it's trying to engage the watcher. Yeah, so yeah, the algorithm is never changing beast that nobody I mean, the people that really understand it are the people with millions of subscribers. If you watch any of Mr. Beast's videos, he's like, I've learned the algorithm. He's like, if you give me any channel, I can get you to like 1 million subscribers within 6 months. And it's like, yeah, you can, but yeah, it's like, is it making the kind of content that people want to make? Because I mean, that's the other thing as well. It's like, I do like the content that I make, and I'm worried sometimes. It's like, oh, am I just like doing it too easy? Am I just kind of like making stuff that works for me? And it's like, but yeah, that makes it sustainable for me. So yeah. The Wandering Sarah says, hello, I'm so glad your mum is okay. That is so scary. Thank you. Yeah, no, it was not the most fun night. Yeah, but good. When the ambulance turned up, mum was like, oh, you got here so quickly. And she's like, yeah, I turned my flashy blue lights on. It was like, That's the point of an ambulance, Mum. It's for them to get to you quickly. Yeah. The Wandering Sire said, oh, the Wandering Sire said, today I'm having my first social here in Prague. I just joined an expert Facebook group and started a chat for those interested in sewing. They are all coming over today for coffee and a chat. Nervous. Oh, that's so exciting, Lo. Have a wonderful time. Nimue says, the algorithm doesn't stick to its own principles. I click on a video and out within 2 minutes because the creator is annoying or clickbaiting. 2 weeks of recommendations from that channel. I know. It just, I mean, again, I am no expert, clearly, but this is my understanding of how the beast works, and I'm probably very outdated with that. I mean, I do try and follow channels that are like, oh, this is how to grow your channel, how to do this, and it's just, it's the same advice that the same person is given like 5 minutes ago in the previous video that they've uploaded, and it's just one of those things. It's like, okay. I mean, maybe I'm not getting it. Maybe I just don't get it, but yeah. Trusting UK says, popping in during half time. Sorry, no worries. How are we doing? Are we winning yet? Let's see. Yes, buttons. Sorry, he's texting me as well. Jim Pin says, half time, ironing done. I might embroider eyes on a couple of soft toys. I knitted for a friend's baby. I hate doing it because I can never get them the same. It's all right. Slightly wonky face says, add character. We discuss this with the shoulder dragons. I really do need to make myself a shoulder dragon because I want a shoulder dragon. I need to make myself one. I want one with wings and fluff. Yes. Nessie says, I literally don't use YouTube homepage. I've bookmarked my subscription page and all the videos in chronological order. Yeah, I go onto the homepage every now and again. When I've gone through my subscription page and everything, I've watched everything that I want to watch, I then sometimes will click on the homepage, and every now and again it will give me like some gems. Like there's a girl at the moment, Carolina Ivanova, if I got that name right. Caroline was recommending her as well. She was doing like a series on undergarments and making her own undergarments and the history behind them. It's fascinating. And Frida Leopold as well. Her dresses are beautiful. She just made one for her mum. It's gorgeous. Yeah, and I will every now and again stumble upon somebody that's just like, oh wow, this is really cool. But most of the time it's just a regurgitation of like old videos of channels that I've watched frequently, and it's just like, oh, I don't want that. And I'm sure I am missing out on so many awesome channels because I'm just not looking for the right thing. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Rock Ralph says, I'm listening. Wilhelmine says, and emojis help. Emojis help. And again, like I say, if you have time, you don't have to, but if you have time, coming back to the live streams afterwards and just little comment, little emoji, or like had a fun time, or those kind of things. Yeah. And then on the regular videos, like comments really, really help. They really, really help. So that's why I say, even if you've got nothing to say, little emoji. Let's see. Chris says, a hard way to make a decent living, Sean. Heart emoji. Yes. But I have to say, I've had some really high-paid jobs that were enjoyable, but this is definitely the best job that I've ever had. I love it. So yeah. Vox says, YouTube is difficult. The more I look into it, the more I'm just mind blown. Yes, Vox has a channel as well, which I just found out recently. I loved your fabric haul. So yeah, Vox has a channel. Go subscribe. Rotten Ralph says, I don't think you have a huge interest in algorithm hacking. I don't have a huge interest in like fancy editing techniques and stuff either. I want to be succinct and get my point across and try and make it interesting and enjoyable. But yeah, I don't want to do like bits for the channel and try, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just too dull. Because there are channels that I watch that I'm just like, they've got millions of subscribers. And I'm like, I love watching your content because I find you interesting. but I also find you incredibly frustrating. Buttons knows this. He's watched me watch a couple of videos where I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, why are you doing it like that? Is a click away from like a search of how you do the thing. And so many of them are like, I want to learn how to do the thing completely by myself and make it up. And it's like, why are you making life harder for yourself? Why not like see if there's a way of doing this that will make your life better? And then they end up with a product at the end that they are like, I don't like it for this reason, but they keep making the same mistake over and over and over again. And I still watch them because I love their personality, and the editing is really, really good and the story's really good. But it just gets frustrating that they seem to be just constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again within the actual sewing side of things. And I'm just like, oh, I want to help. But they've said as well, they're like, please don't come in the comments and be like, it's summer child, you're doing it wrong. You should do it like this. And it's like, I get it, because I get how frustrating it can be to get comments from people who are telling me that I'm doing something wrong. When I'm doing it the way that I have practiced over time and found that it works best for me. Invisible zip. I'm looking at you. I like my invisible zips. I like my way of doing it. So yeah. So I get not wanting, and constructive criticism is very difficult to write well. Very, very difficult. And if it's unsolicited criticism of somebody as well, it's like, I get it. But then there are other channels like Prickly Alpaca. Like, she started getting served to me for a while, and she's kind of just getting into sewing, but I love watching her sew because she's not she's really willing to like experiment and try new things, but she really seems to want to try and get better. She's like, I want to like, so she's been learning about French seams, and she's like, I want to make the inside of these garments, I want to be able to wear this out in public, I want to be like proud of what I'm wearing. And I just like her editing, like, I mean, she's half my age, and like chaotic and just brilliant. And I love her aesthetic, and some of the things that the characters that she's designed, I'm just like, I want to make that. They look amazing. But I love that she's like, oh, I did this previously and this didn't work, so I'm going to try something new. Whereas other people that I watch, they're like, yeah, I tried this previously, it didn't work, but I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. It's like, what's the definition of insanity? Star Trek dress, I'm looking at you. Trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I mean, that, you know, this video literally writes itself. There are so many puns and jokes and stuff in here. I'm determined to get a color block dress that I like before I make the video, though, because I want it to be a success. I want to have a positive outcome on this thing, even if it takes me months to get there, because I think that will be part of the story of the video as well. So I am going to do it. It's just going to be like, Ready V says, hi peeps, hello. Christine says, hi from Lancashire Coast. The first time I have been able to watch for a few weeks. Great. Hello, welcome. Sarah says, maybe he could, but you'd lose your OG follower base. And probably wouldn't change your channel too much for it to be enjoyable for you. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. For longevity of this thing, I need it to be an enjoyable experience for me to not only do the creative side, but the editing side as well. So yeah, I don't want to, because like, I mean, he came up with an idea the other day that I was watching on a podcast, and he was just like, somebody needs to make a channel of like, I'm going to take all my ad revenue from this video and buy scratchers until I win the lottery. And he's like, just make that like a series, call that the channel, and just do it. And it's just like, I mean, that's a really good idea. People would watch that because people have morbid curiosity. And that's why they watch his videos, because you know, like, he is a genius. He's very good at what he does. But his interest is the YouTube algorithm and hacking that and making that work for him. Like, he likes making the content that he makes. He enjoys doing the things that he does, but his interest is YouTube, whereas mine is sewing. And this is just my way of sharing it. So yeah. Jojo says, cat tax duty paid, new pics in Peeps group. Yay, kitty pictures. kitty pictures. I am so tired. Cat tax. Cute! Oh, look at the babies. Oh, look at the fuzzy little clumpy face. Oh, it's so cute. I want. Oh, look. Look at the beautifuls. Oh, hello, little kitties. Hello, little kitties. So cute. So cute. Conchetta says, hello everyone. It has been a while since I've been able to join you. I hope you're all well. Very well, thank you. How are you? Ralph says, the people who wrote the algorithm don't know how it works internally. It's a machine. It's machine learning. Yeah, I know. Like, you know, they watched the video with the guy that was just like, this is what I wrote and this is what it's turned into. And it's just like, yeah. Christine says, I have made shoulder dragons for my grandsons. They love them. Yes. I don't know if the girls that I made them for love them because obviously you don't know, but I think I need my own shoulder dragon to like join my little menagerie up there. I'm actually wondering if Dad could make me like a perspex shelf for that end of the thing so that I can put my menagerie up there because at the moment my little dragon and hedgehog are just sort of like hanging out. But it'd be really cool to have lots of them up there. Because I think I need the shelf in my room that I've got my stuffed toys on to actually put bags on because I'm planning on making more bags. Oh, Nimaway, the little rice kitty cat that you made me came in very useful last night because Mum was getting very, very cold while she was also having a temperature that was climbing. So she had the little kitty on her lap to keep her warm because she had to move the dog because the dog was keeping her warm. I came down, she was covered in the blanket. And then the blanket moved and the dog was under the blanket. And she was like, no, Susie, you need to get off now. So yeah, the little kitty cat that you made for me was very useful last night. Thank you. Julian Pin says, I've been following someone for the same amount of time I've been following you and she's past 100,000. It's grown slowly but faster after she collaborated with a few other channels. Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of people like whose channels have grown massively. Yeah. And I just keep wondering, it's like, maybe I'm just boring. Or I don't know. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the subscriber count is just a number and it has zero relevance to the amount of people that watch the videos and interact with the videos. And it's really just kind of like a vanity graphic or a vanity kind of metric at the moment. What is more important is watch time and watch numbers. So yeah. Rotten Ralph says, I gave my sister my shoulder dragon pattern because she's teaching sewing to children and stuffed toys are a winner. So cute. And you say, I love her. Is that prickly alpaca? I think so. Nimori says, I don't believe that please don't in videos because you making your audiences scream at you in the comments is a sure way to get interaction. Fine line between experimentation and messing up on purpose. Yeah. Caroline says, Ekaterina Ivanova. Yeah, her channel's amazing. Wilhelmine says, can you give the names later below this video of the channels that you follow? It's hard to find good sewing channels, please. Yes, I will. What Ralph says, I don't like his videos. Yeah, no, I'm not subscribed to Mr. Beast. I don't watch his videos, but I do find him as a person fascinating because he is so good at what he does. I don't enjoy the content. I've watched a few of them and I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, but I do find him and his like his attitude and outlook and ethos for work fascinating. So yeah. Wilhelmine says, are you asking about prickly alpaca? Highly recommend her. Julie says, good morning. Yeah, good morning. And Nimoi says, yeah, glad the kitty proved helpful. Very helpful, thank you. Very helpful. So yeah. I've done nothing today. I was supposed to be cutting out fabric and all I want to do is curl up and go to sleep. I'm so tired. And I think Mum's going to be home now, so I'm actually going to call it a day and go and say hello to her and see how she is and try and talk her into not making me go out this afternoon because I'm so tired. I don't wanna. But thank you very much for hanging out with me and listening to me waffle today. Yeah, sorry it's been kind of like all over the place. This is what tired Sean brain looks like. Uh, yeah. Um, I do really, really appreciate all of you guys for supporting me the way that you do. And I say this on my Patreon videos, but obviously Patreon peeps financially support me, which is utterly amazing and still blows my mind. Um, and thankfully at the moment is incredibly important to me. So, um, thank you. But thank you to all of you guys as well, because just because you can't um, just because you can't support financially doesn't mean to say that everything that you're doing is not incredibly helpful. Like I say, the subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell, commenting, liking videos is incredibly important and very, very, very helpful to the channel and me, and like the interaction is appreciated. And I love reading the comments as well. I did for a very long time try to reply to every single comment, and it became another full-time job on top of the editing and the making content. And so I now try and reply to specific questions, but if I read every single comment and every single comment gets a heart from me. The ones that don't get a heart from me are usually because I have found the comment rude. And that's very few and far between. Most of you guys are absolutely amazing at giving constructive criticism, and I am open to constructive criticism. And like, I'm not sitting here saying that I am the best person at everything. I am totally open to hearing what you guys think and want from the channel. But for everyone that watches and comes to these live hangouts just to sort of have me warble at you in the background, it's massively appreciated. These live hangouts started during 2020 because stuff was happening and it was a great way to hang out with people. But I'm so glad that they did, and I love doing them, and that's why I've continued doing them, and I really, really enjoy them. So thank you very, very much to every single one of you for supporting this channel and me in every way that you do, because it really, really genuinely does help and is absolutely amazing of you. And again, it still blows my tiny mind that this amount of people want to come and hang out in my corner of the internet. So thank you. Anyway, I'm going to go see if Mum's okay. I am going to try and work out what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. Probably sleep, to be honest. I'm so tired. But it's been a really fun Sunday morning with you guys. So thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you all during the week. I'm probably going to do a wardrobe clear out video for Tuesday or Wednesday. And then I'm going to try and do the McCall's 7974 review for Friday. There will be a hangout on Sunday, and I will see you all then. So thank you very much, and I will see you very soon. Bye.